But you should be able to drag through that, right? Because you can drag through walls. You should be able to drag through ice.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to go back down in there to get your body, but... Oh, and since you're brand new, you know, not saying that you don't remember anything, but some of the buttons that you might want to put into your hotbar is /corpse. That will let you drag your corpse. /LOC, especially in Everfrost, you know, you can get lost in that zone very, very easy. And if you have an LOC, it makes it a little bit easier to find your body if you do end up dying. So kind of have that on like a little speed dial.
Decide which way you want to stand on.
I was trying to pull it back
Get
out.
killed.
I didn't know if it was close to the door, too close to the door.
Any tips for him, guys? Anything that I forgot that you might want to do as a low level? Something?
Location.
Yeah,
I don't know if you said that.
Yeah, let's see.
Yell. Oh, yell button wouldn't be bad either for brand new.
It's not a very busy zone, so nobody might come to your aid, but
True.
you could definitely give it a shot. That is one of the most Spartan zones I can possibly think of in the game for a newbie.
And just make sure that if you feel that you're going to die no matter what, just turn around, take a look, and take it like a man.
Got the Gipple port guy again. Gipple port. A lot of named guys.
Yeah.
Does he have a hammer?
I don't see it.
He does not.
Can't tell
If I
though.
had a hammer all the time.
Also, you get hit harder from behind, so you know if you're very, very close and you're thinking like, should I run it? Should I fight it out? You got to decide that early, because once you get down to about 20 to 30% of your life, you start running a lot slower, and of course you can take hits harder
And
from behind.
more mobs will add.
Yeah. You can cheat a little bit. I call it cheating. It's not really cheating. It's built into the game, and it's been that way for a long, long time. If you hold down the second mouse button while you are moving with the arrow keys, you will strafe, and you will run a little bit faster than normal. I don't think it's quite so speed, but it's, you know, 1 or 2% faster than you normally would be, and that can be all the difference you need to get away from a mob.
Oh, strafing is your friend.
A lot of people do it.
Do not, no matter what someone offers you, get a port to field a bone and stand by the guards. Don't do that.
Who does that? I'll teleport you over to Tox. Like, that would be horrible. GFA would be good for you though. If you get a port, if somebody's over there and offering a port to Greater Fadar, there are tons of people in that zone. Groups would be very easy to find.
Warrior trainer there.
I think there is, isn't there? Up in the tree
That's
city.
what I'm
Yeah, the
saying.
tree city.
It's got to make sure you get a bind.
Yeah.
If you go, Kinos isn't a bad. Like if he fights through there, you know, but there's a the Fang or whatever, the Tooth Quest or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
the Fang Quest.
Pretty nice quest.
Once you can get into Black Burrow.
He's got to make it through. That's probably what, not till 10 or something like that, though.
Yeah.
Right?
You can kill the ones on the outside and start getting those fangs and just save them up until you can turn them in. They're no trade, so you just kind of want to put them in there. Zombie Slicer, when did AC get a webcam? That is something new. I started streaming yesterday. It's the first night that I came back from the flood, and I've actually always had the webcam. I never quite saw the purpose of using it just because it's kind of weird to put your face all over a video game, but some people have said they wanted it, so I figured, you know, what the heck, I'll go ahead and give it a shot.
I'll take that. I'll take that. No one needs it.
I think somebody gets a free robe as well because everybody already has one.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, you guys all have one, don't you?
So
Yep.
the next one rots. The next one rots.
Yay for rotting robes.
Oh, I'm sure we'll do an OOC and somebody would be like, I'll be right down there. It's about a K, or at least it used to be.
Well, they're pretty rare since we've got 3 already.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you guys are like it. It was kind of weird when I first put it on, and I know some people will be listening and then see the face and be like, wow, you look a lot different than I thought you would look, so it's going to be a little jarring for those guys. But I've shown my face in the past. I've done, I can't even think of the name now. Like, I've opened boxes of, like, the HTC Vive, unboxings of those, and, like, my old computer case and things of that sort, so Those of you who have been on the channel for a while, you kind of already knew what I looked like.
Can't believe you don't look like a high elf, dude. It's crazy.
I know, you know, I'm pasty. I got that going on, but does this guy have a beard? I think he does.
No.
He doesn't? Is he clean shaven?
High elves don't have any hair.
Clean shaven.
I don't even know if they have eyebrows, dude, to be honest.
He has eyebrows, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's eyebrows, and he's even wearing like mascara for his eyelashes. Like they're sexy.
You're not wearing mascara on your stream?
Oh no! I took that off before I got here. You know, when I got home, I cleaned my face up, took all my makeup off.
Oh, that's just for work.
Yeah. Like when I'm on the corner and everything, you know, I gotta spice it up a little bit.
I meant work, man. Not that. You know, I didn't mean work.
It's work, man. You gotta work it out there.
I don't see you as a high heel guy. It's kind of weird.
Stilettos, man. So they're not just for fashion anymore. They're actually a weapon. So things get out of hand.
That could be your surname for Demira, since you never came up with Demira Stiletto. There you go, man.
Yeah, I never actually came up with a surname on my original character either. He got married to a girl in game, the girl I was dating at the time, and I took her name, which was Sweetness.
Oh gosh,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's not Sweetness, dude.
I was young, dude.
Wait, her last name was Sweetness?
Yeah, her first name was Mystical.
So your name was Demira Sweetness?
Uh-huh. It was good, dude, right? It was not good at all.
Did you have the same color armor back then?
No. We didn't go with matchies. So yeah, I never went with a last name, so kind of tradition.
Until you get married, that's what you're trying to tell us.
Burrito says, "I thought you would be fatter." I'm pretty big. I'm pretty big, dude. Like I could be bigger, I guess, but you know, I talk too much. It doesn't give me time to eat all the cheesecake that I would normally be eating. Like nobody knows where to go on that one. They're just like, I'm not gonna touch that.
I thought you were not a cheese eater. Is what I'm going with.
Obviously not. I mean, you know, because I'm not that big of a guy. But you know, if I was gonna splurge, yeah, man. Like you know, like the videos you see in movies where they're like, it's the end of the world. What would you do? I saw one a while back. I think it was the guy who did The Office, the original one, and it might have been in the movie where like Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, where he's like, I'll eat butter for the whole week because the dude loved butter or something. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you could eat like all the foods that are really, really unhealthy for you because like, why not?
Is that Groundhog Day? Like where Bill Murray has like 25 plates for breakfast and when they walk up?
So you're saying you're a god. I'm not the god, but I'm a god.
You gotta try these. They're great.
These are amazing. You don't worry about cholesterol or high blood sugar? No, none of that. He's smoking a cigarette while he does it. It's a classic scene. That whole movie is amazing. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I pictured right there. Like that.
What, the Bill Murray thing?
Yeah, that's what I pictured you. You know, when you stream, you have like 27 plates of food.
Oh, yeah. I just never actually get to them. They're just kind of sitting there. And I'm waiting until I actually stop talking to jam my face full of it. It doesn't happen, though, guys, you know?
No.
Playing this game feels so strange because my computer is so powerful. The game runs smooth. You know, the other part that you're probably going to feel different about, but very, very happy, is it no longer takes you like 12 minutes to zone on dial-up. So, so that's a good thing. You also probably don't have to worry about somebody calling you and disconnecting you at the exact same time.
That's a really good spell for Necro.
Ooh, the belt.
Well, that's not a bad belt either.
That belt is nice. Good Shadow Knight one. I'll roll on that sucker.
Wow. Same.
Did you roll?
It's got imp, it's got mana.
Oh, 98. Nice one, dude. I thought that was mine for a second. I was like, oh, man, 98?
You
want the spell model? Because
if you don't, I don't know if my Necro has it. She's 53. I don't know if she has it. Man. You guys mind if I get it?
I don't mind.
If I have it, your Necro, because your Necro is close, right? Isn't he like 51 or 52?
He's 51, I think.
Yeah, if I have it, I'll
Yeah.
I'll keep it. I'll sell it if I have it.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think we're going to kill the bugs out front. That's
Yep.
where we're hitting.
It's good loot down here, though.
Yeah, it hasn't been bad, man.
I mean, that was like I just jinxed us completely, but oh, we got loot on this guy. Who's next up on gyms?
I think I heard you get one. That's when I stopped paying attention.
I got one, and that's what we were talking about. I think Cypher was up.
Flip, get it?
So Cypher got that one.
So maybe it's
Is it me?
can't.
No, I think you got the last one. So
Yeah, I got the last one.
So that
It's
one's the enchanter here.
N can't? Connect?
You can't. His last name should be like Tation or something.
I can't make up a real name, which should be his last name. Sorry. Probably watching and thinks I'm a total jerk.
I think he is watching actually. So he's
My bad. I like your name, dude. I just can't pronounce it.
If he's ever watched any of ours, he knows we kind of pick on enchanters for some reason. I don't understand why, because they're like the most wanted class out there, and yet we still kind of pick on them.
I'd say this guy's a pretty good chanter, man. I mean,
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I ran out of Hollis and forgot to train my skills. Putting my points into one-handed slashing is the way to go, right? Yes and no. You're a warrior, so you can do all of them.
I'd save points and just put your points into 1 point into sunsetting, and save the rest because you'll probably need them later for other things, especially if you do crafting or that kind of stuff.
You only need 1 point and a skill like what you're hitting, because you're gonna be hitting all the time. It'll skill itself up.
Yeah. Mend might be the one that I would put points into to kind of level it up a little faster, unless you use it all the time. So,
I mean, bind wounds?
Yeah, bind wounds, sorry.
Yeah.
So, as a warrior, there is a weapon you can get. It's called a skinning knife. It comes from the 4th floor of Tower of Frozen Shadows and sells for about 800 plat. I know that sounds like a lot of money right now, and it is. It definitely is. But it summons a stack of bandages every time it procs. The Embalmer skinning knife. There we go. Really, really nice to have. Warriors have a ability once they get past 200 on their skill. What's going on?
Yeah, he just had a pet or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see anybody's life dropping. I'm like, what am I missing? But yeah, once they get past 200 on their skill, which I believe is level 49 or 50, you have the ability to go past that. So 201 on the point scale, you're able to bind wound all the way up to 70%, which is really, really nice. It kind of makes soloing a little faster if you decide to go down that route. Bad groups can be a little bit easier if you can, summon bandages at will, not take up a lot of backpack space, and then, bandage yourself while the cleric's medding up during a rough pull.
Don't towns have a thing that you can, like an orb or something that spawns bandage, that just food and water?
Who's that?
Your town, how you can get invis potions. Doesn't that person also sell things for bandages and things like that?
Oh, yeah, you could definitely buy bandages, but they're about a platinum per stack, so you get 20 for about a platinum. Again...
Well, no, I mean one of those orbs that summon stuff. Because there's orbs in the same place where you would buy the invis potion that have, I know for a fact, food and water potions.
I think this one's yours, Nano. But the potions are even more expensive, though.
Yep. I think that's right.
Oh, okay, so one of those is yours, Nano. Wait, come back. Nano?
I already got one, sorry.
Oh,
I was
did
muted. I got one and there's 2 out there.
Oh, okay, so one of these is mine. I'll take that one, and then... flip? Yeah, flip.
Yep.
Oh, man, what am I going to get rid of this time? I had to get rid of my water last time.
Gotta get rid of water.
Yeah, you're gonna need some water, dude.
Get rid of
you got
food,
like 18 stacks, like you usually do.
No, my dude's fat. He needs his food, man.
pH fat, dude. pH PH.
Does anybody want these frost giant meat? I can make food out of them, but
No, I'm good.
somebody wants some spells. I got spell fortitude and cannibalize 3. And
I'll take those from you. They're light.
oh yeah, they're super light.
That one actually. Can't remember. Cannibalize 3 drops all the time.
Yeah, and I think ZK said it wasn't even worth getting because it's not mana efficient.
I don't know. I think it's level 54, so I haven't got it. I mean, I got the spell, I think, but I haven't used it yet.
Put 1 point into sense heading. Yeah, put a point into sense heading. And if you really want to go the extra mile, I know some of you guys actually have done this. Link the button to like your arrow key, like your left or right button.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that under. Is it options? It's options.
No, it's like
keys.
make a macro, I think, isn't it? Or no,
No,
keys.
it's options.
Yeah, and keys.
Keys. Left and right. Oh, what is it? No, it's under hotbar 1, I think it is. Let me check. Yeah, hotbar 1, make hot button 9 and hot button 10. Whenever you move, they do actions. And then you put sense heading on both of those. The very 2 bottom hotbar buttons.
Yeah, I'm going to get my trade skills up eventually. How would you guys recommend that he does his trade skills as he levels, or do you think coming to them after you have a lot of money? Because some of them are kind of expensive. I know some of them aren't. Like the food one is super cheap. You can actually make money off of that one.
I would do fletching. I recommend fletching for a warrior.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you use arrows.
And do that one while you level, although I should be the last one to talk since I haven't done it at all. But Thoom has, and it's taken him forever to do it, but he's gotten some really good arrows out of it.
But he's not a ranger either, so he's not shooting arrows nonstop.
No, but he
He just
uses
makes
to
what
pull.
he needs.
Yeah, to pull.
Yeah, you need him to pull.
Well, that's what I mean. Is he Ranger's going to level up their fletching skill faster because of the fact that they're using arrows all the time, where he's only making enough arrows for what he needs.
And as a warrior, you kind of need a little bit more dexterity than you might assume you did, because your weapons tend to be the way you get your aggro. Slows, debuffs, things of that sort. And they only proc based off of your dexterity. So if you're going to go down the bow and arrow route, there is a bow that drops over in... it's not Tregonon's teeth. I think it is Tregonon's teeth. Mm-hmm. Right there at the entrance. It's people who are killing for the Seb key. They often drag them back to the entrance, kill them right there, and they drop a no-trade bow. And it sits there and rots like all the time. If you go into that zone, it's really high level, but if you stand at the zone line, yeah, you're probably going to find somebody who will kill it for you, or somebody who is already killing it for you, and just loot that bow. It's 3 dexterity on it, and it has pretty good stats as far as damage and range go. I think it's 100 yards or 100 meters or something instead of 75. Candy 3 is so insanely bad compared to Candy 2. Yeah, see, somebody, I think it was ZK that said the exact same thing, so that people don't even use it. It's like they made Candy 3 under the assumption that most people wouldn't get Candy 2. But Candy 1 is still so much better if you care to have to Candy more. Isn't it the same way for Enchanters? I think like their low-level mez is still like insanely better than even like their higher-level mezes. It works.
Well, they'll use Calm over Pacify most times.
Well, yeah, but
that's just because it's less mana.
But they're mez too, right? Like they use the single level mez that they got at like level 2 or level 4, whatever it is. Even though they have like area effect ones, and they might use those from time to time, but I think it was Nibers that had mentioned something about the lower level one is the one he goes with. Candy 3 is better than Candy 2 if you are chain canning. If you are soloing and sitting for ticks, 2 is better. Well, if you set up a hotkey, which is what we were kind of talking about a little while ago, you can sit and get that tick down. And for those of you who are not familiar with what we're talking about with ticks, if you look over here under my HP or the mana, they're both regenerating. And they take a few seconds. You guys know exactly what it is? It's like 3.5 or 4 seconds or something per tick.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It's something along those lines. Somebody like a shaman would know for sure, but if you cast the canny and then you sit down, you can get in there on that tick right there on the end of it, and you'll still get the HP and the mana, plus the spell went off, and then you can stand up, recast, sit down again, and get it all over again. You can make a hot button that does that all for you. You can just push a button, and it will stand up, cast the spell, sit down, and as long as there's no lag in the server, you will be as efficient as you possibly can. So it kind of actually fools the computer into thinking that you're sitting down all the time because you're getting every tick, but you're actually casting spells in between. Somebody's saying it's 6 seconds, they think. Okay, so... You can do that kind of with a warrior too. I think it was Chupa that first told me about the technique of using Bind Wound as you fight. It's a little bit more complicated because you actually have to switch targets. You have to target yourself, hit Bind Wound, target the enemy again, and make sure your back is against the wall. If the mob is pushing you even remotely, it's going to interfere with your Bind Wound. So if you can find, like in Lower Guck, I did it a lot at the entrance. I would pull the mob back to the entrance corner, put my back to it, start attacking the mob. I'd use my little hot button, which would auto-target myself, Bind Wound, and then re-target the enemy and also attack, just in case the attack got turned off or something. You want to put a little bit of delay in there. You kind of have to mess with it. It's a little different for everybody, I think, because the one that I used on my warrior didn't quite work for somebody else that I had told them. So I think it might be based off of your internet speed or something, and my enchanter is dying. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't use it very often. It's kind of only made for soloing, and you got to have like a pretty much infinite supply of bandages to do it. But it's kind of cool because you can get about 3 to 4% of life per bandage that you use while you're fighting. So, but you still lose a little bit of time in the fight because you're not targeting the enemy the whole time. So you kind of have to mess around with it and see if it works for you in different instances, different places. I liked it, though. I just don't use it that often. If you have a clicky that resets global cooldown, you can actually get in 2 cannies before ticks. For those of you who global cooldown is when I cast a spell, it's grayed out for a little while, and then it takes a few seconds before I can cast another spell, any spell, because they're all kind of grayed out. There are certain items, let me see if I have one. Like the telescope, you can get this over there in, what's the name of the zone, guys? Right outside Kale? Awakening Lands?
Yeah,
Awakening Lands.
Yeah.
You could use the telescope, you click it, right-click it, you can put it into a hot button and just hit the, like, the number 4 button or number 5 button, and it will do the exact same thing. It will go off, use whatever effect it is. This one is kind of not the greatest. I don't really like it all that much because it... Let me zoom in so you guys can see exactly what it does. So that's what it's a telescope. Obviously, it's trying to make it where you zoom in. It can be not the greatest thing in certain situations. But there are other ones out there that do the exact same thing. This is just the easiest to get. It's like 30 platinum in the tunnel if you want to buy it. Completely free. They rot all the time over there in Awakening Lands right at the entrance to Kale. That was when people were doing the faction grinding. I think they changed it, what, like 5, 6, 7 months ago? To
yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, the faction's not as great on the outside anymore. People go inside the arena to do it, so you may not find people there as often, but there's still usually somebody there during prime hours.
That Shrunken Skull earring's not bad, but it can be a pain in the neck to camp. I mean, you're probably not going to camp that till you're like 30, probably 35, something like that.
Yeah.
But unless you go with a group. and then you got 6 people to roll on it. You know what I mean?
But you can buy it, right? What is that? 3K?
2K probably.
2K.
It might have gone down. I don't know, but it's usually been 2K.
And it's a really good item for a warrior, though. Like maybe you could talk about it because you have a warrior. You know a lot more about it than I do. Maybe you could tell him a little bit about having.
I think it gives attack. That's what that gives. I think.
Well,
Yeah, it gives attack.
And having your junk buffs up, right? That's another thing that it does for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's also good for casters because they can use it as an insta-click to clear up that top slot. Kind of like the thing you were just talking about.
Right.
Reset global cooldown. Blah 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 blah. I think that like for warriors, man, I think the number one thing that helped me a lot, my warrior, even though he's a wood elf, is getting a weapon that procs as early as I can. Because there are some weapons that proc it at 1. There's some that are expensive though, but there's also some weapons that are really really cheap that proc it like level 10 or 15. And you can look them up on Wiki. I think Obsidian Dagger or something like that, like procs at 12 or 15, and you can usually find that for like 20 plat in the EC tunnel or something like that. So, and it sounds weird, but that proc just, it's better than your taunt by any means.
Oh yeah. Your procs will always be better than your taunt. Until you hit to like level 50, right? Then it starts to make more of a difference, I think. As far as weapons go, if you're going with like high end, or I guess it's more high end than anything else, the Venomous Axe of the Velian Brood is a really really nice weapon. I think it sells for like 1.5k, so it's kind of pricey. But it procs at level 1, and pretty much any melee, and a few people who aren't really melee can use that weapon. And it does, oh man, I'm gonna get it wrong. It's like 73, 75 damage or something, right? Do you know?
Yeah, that sounds right. Something like 70-ish. But I've seen twink rogues, with a dagger in one hand and that axe in their second hand. You know what I mean? At level 5 or whatever. So it's a big twink item. Yeah,
because it procs at level 1, and most of the mobs you're fighting don't even have that many hit points. So all it has to do is proc once, and you kill the mob instantly. So that's pretty nice. It's going to get you a lot of aggro. You can keep that all the way up until about 45. At 46, you kind of want to start changing your weapons to something that does like debuffs or slows, because that Velium Axe just isn't going to cut it anymore. But you have like a whole arsenal on your warrior.
Yeah, he still uses that axe though. I have a stun hammer and that axe, and that axe is the one I would upgrade if I could. You know what I mean, or so to speak, wood, or however you want to say it.
Oh, you're literally still using that axe as like a main weapon?
Yep. Well, on my offhand. Yep.
Oh, I thought you had the same thing that Thume had.
Mm-mm. I don't have that. There's another axe or something.
Frost Reaver.
Yeah, Frost. I don't have the Frostbringer for him
okay.
yet. But yeah, I do carry.
Do you have an infestation?
No, I don't have an infestation. That's no drop. I don't have that.
That'd be cool to go over there and see if we can get some of those. That seems like a doable place. We went over there. Our mains, right? I think it was you, me, Cypher, and Alar. I think Alar was there. We had 4 of us, and we just kind of wrecked that zone. So money is going to be pretty tight. Definitely noting these things down. As far as money goes, there's a few ways you can earn a decent amount. Warriors, they don't really have to worry about spells, obviously, but you do got to worry about gear. You're very, very gear dependent. So my suggestion would be to either kill skeletons and sell each stack of bone chips for 20 plat.
Is it 20?
Was it 10 or 20?
It used to be 10.
It might be more though.
Yeah, it might be more, but it's still at least 10 because they don't really ever go down past that. Necros and Shadow Knights use bone chips. You can turn bone chips in for level 1 quest. I think that you can get experience all the way to like level 4 or 5. So some players will do that just to kind of bypass those levels on an alt. So you'll find people who will buy them that way. Spider Silk. Spider Silk was another thing. 10 platinum a stack, maybe a little bit more now.
Spider Wing Silk also?
Yeah, you can make bandages out of that.
Well, it's also used in blacksmithing.
We got a pop back here.
Got him. No, just keep moving. I got you.
And then while the Vengeful Soloist is being annoying, he's a pain in the butt. He's going to kill you. It's just going to be inevitable. He's going to kill you. But try to stay away from him.
Oh my god, this guy's not... Am I doing something wrong here, or what?
He might be dotted or something, I don't know. Besem, I got a Sea Hill coming in 2 seconds. 1 second, there we go.
Jesus. Okay, I just switched targets on accident. Is he trying to take the knight? Is that what's going on?
I have no clue what he is doing.
Okay, I'm gonna charm the knight, because that way we don't have to worry about it anymore. Oh no, I'm not gonna charm the knight. Because he's not gonna be charmed. He's like, I don't think so. That's probably what the problem is. Are the Illis higher level, maybe?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, they're the
they're
highest.
much-
That's
higher.
probably what's going on, because I did not charm it. Probably resisting it.
You don't charm Illis, you charm corrupt.
Well, you might be able to do
That's
Illis.
probably what...
Illis is just really, really hard. They're very resistant.
Yeah.
So I probably should have charmed the Golem and tanked the Illis. Is probably looking back.
Yeah.
I can't really fault anybody on that one because the Illis spawned like directly behind me, so you guys didn't really even see it till it was already beating on everybody's faces. As far as money goes, what else besides bone chips, spider silk, high quality bear pelts, high quality any kind of pelt, actually, but bear pelts the most.
There's a quest in Kaladin where you kill these rats and they drop these cards. You turn those cards into a guy in Ocean of Tears, and he will give you bronze, chain, all kinds of armor. So it's worthwhile, especially for a tank. You can get a full set of plate armor.
I think he's up on the gym list, right?
I got one the last time, I think.
Oh, did you? So it's me?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Hey, Talon, how you doing? Speaking of Talon, since we're talking about how to earn a little bit of extra plat when you're in the game, there is a no, I'm not going down that route. I'm just saying there is a quest that he told me about. Like he was the one who actually told me about that quest over in the Karanas.
Karanas, yes.
Yeah, South Karanas to I believe it's north, right?
North, yeah.
Yeah, and so you go to the Centaur camp in South Karanas, and you give one of the guys there, I think it's something around like 30 gold pieces, and he gives you a satchel. Is it 5? Yeah, you can see my numbers are not right, but you give him something. It's not really a lot, and then you take the satchel that he gives you over to North Karanas. You turn it into an NPC, and that guy gives you platinum. Actually, quite a bit of platinum most of the time, and you get a decent amount of experience. No fighting. You just kind of have to avoid the Griffons running through the zone and, kind of some other obstacles. But if you're really careful and you want to kind of take the slow route and you don't want to go through the middle of the zone, you can always, hug the wall or hug the water and go down the route of the road, and it will lead you right to the guys. So that's another good way to make a little bit of money, somewhat safe. You might die a few times, but you should be fine.
It's extremely fun doing it about 25,000 times in a row.
I liked it. I thought it was relaxing. You put up a movie on one screen or something like that, or you're converting stuff on the other. I don't, you gotta find the thing that works for you. But
no, come check this out with us. It's really fun. It's so awesome. We're gonna run back and forth for 3 hours with bread.
You liked it. He was telling me how much he loved it later on. He just couldn't get enough of it. He was saying he's going to come back with all his alts and do it. It's crazy, guys.
In all seriousness, I've seen people make a lot of plat and like a lot of levels over there. I mean, 10 levels or more, right?
Yeah, I don't want to throw out a number anymore because my numbers are so bad. But I thought it was like 3 or 4 plat that you get for turning it in. Like it was a decent amount.
Some expensive bread, dude.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you can always get the low end because I think there was a variable in there, so you gotta get like 1 plat or something. But you're always gonna make more than you spent, and then of course you get the experience.
Well, it's taking advantage of the times. I mean, you're pretty much taking bread places because of the plague going on in the Karanas.
Oh, Talon just said the bread maker will be gone soon, and the only way to get bread will be from Runny Eye.
You have to go from Runny Eye to Karanas?
It won't be as profitable anymore after that happens, but does that mean the plague is... we don't want to ask questions like that, but I'm kind of curious. It's like, is the plague going to be disappearing, or what's going to be going on with that? Because...
Well, they announced at one point they were going to have an event to end the plague or something, didn't they?
They said they might. Well, I won't put words in their mouth and be like they're definitely going to do it. But
no, he promised. Dude, he promised. He
promised
free loots if we did it too, or something
and
like that.
Reach arounds and stuff. So you kind of have to watch out.
Whoa.
No. Wait, they might be doing it or they might not be. I don't know. But I think they do have that. Yeah, they might. Who knows?
Where does Pet go?
Be careful.
It's like right there next to you.
I'm slowed. It took off running the other way though. I was like, "Where are you going, buddy?"
There was another quest that Talon told me about a long time ago that I kind of want to try out, but at the same time, I want to stay like as far away from it as possible. He said Kino's had a quest for taxes because I was going on in my little rant about how I don't want taxes in a video game, and he's like, "Oh, there's already taxes in the game. You're too late." So that might be kind of interesting, and I think we ran across it when we were doing those No Time to Res characters. We talked to some of the NPCs in there, and they mentioned something about it.
What about toilets, Talon? AC loves toilets.
I do, you know.
He does. I'm not lying.
Those, you never know what's going to happen when you're on one of them. I have no idea.
You make it sound like a snake came out of it or something, dude, or an alligator.
Oh my god, that's actually happened. Not to me, but I've heard stories on like that. I've heard stories, like especially in apartment buildings, of people flushing strange things down their toilet and it coming up in somebody else's.
YouTube, it's there.
Everything's on YouTube, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, why watch actors portray interesting stories when you can watch like real life crazy people? There is there's a video they're showing on the news here in Houston again and again and again. It's a guy who, like, I don't know what to describe the relationship at the time. Nobody really knew what was going on with him, but it was his ex threw a cocktail on him, those Molotov cocktails, on the guy in the middle of the street. She actually cut his power twice to get him to come out, and then she threw it on him while he was out in the middle of the street. Caught the whole thing on camera. Thankfully, it just kind of hit his shirt, and he was able to kind of get it off before it spilled onto his body, but he had like third-degree burns on him and stuff. But it's like crazy stuff, dude. Like, you see that stuff on YouTube. You got like car chases. You got like, you never know what you're gonna find on the black hole of YouTube.
That's kind of stuff I get stuck on at like 3 in the morning when I can't sleep. Is like dogs doing weird things or people, I don't know. You know what I mean? All sorts of weird stuff.
There was like a new genre that I ran across. You guys probably have already seen it. It's strange, mesmerizing stuff. Like the most interesting thing where they cut putty that's been made in like rainbow strips and.
Oh,
I have not seen that.
It's what's it called? It's a feeling.
Yeah,
the most
satisfying. Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
but it's not just putty. Like they do everything. They have like people who will make just anything that you're watching, and you're just like, oh, that feels good because I finished it. Like they unravel the knot or so. It's something weird with our psyche that makes us want to see it.
But then they do ones where it's unsatisfying, and they stop right before they're done. That kind of stuff.
Oh, see, that's no bueno right there. All right, I'll buff you guys up once you get over here.
It sounds gross, and it is gross, but have you ever heard of the Dr. Pimple Popper videos?
Oh, I guess.
No?
Yeah, I get into them, dude.
Really, really don't want to see what that probably is. It's like 2 girls, 1 cup kind of thing.
It is exactly
No, it is not like that. It's not like... No, it's people. It's a doctor that's
popping pimples
videos and pops pimples.
That sounds absolutely horrible. Like every way. Why would I want to see that? Is it close up in slow motion?
Oh yeah, close up slow motion. They have tools that force them through the little eye of the tool, and some of them are like, the guy's like, yeah, I've had this like kind of zit thing for like 25 years, and it looks like like the black hole when it comes out. You know what I mean and stuff. And
then it's like a mass amount of the stuff. It's
sometimes
like,
it's very
it's not
satisfying to watch, though. You know what I mean? Like that's gotta be relieving. That's gotta be such a relief.
I've never had that while watching one of those videos.
I like my skin is crawling right now just thinking about it. So like I probably wouldn't be. To each their own, I guess. As long as I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's not something I would ever find. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that what that guy just said in your chat right there, dude. The very last one. All autoplay video chains lead to the flat Earth videos. It's a downward spiral at 3 a.m. when you just let your videos play.
Oh no, yeah,
I think it's what he's.
Yeah. The black hole for sure. You know, it leads you down the rabbit's hole. But
and I have seen the one where the guy's convinced or trying to convince you that the world is flat. Still, I have seen that.
I have not seen that. That's why I was wondering what that was. This is a genre I'm not familiar with, but
yeah, the guy, even the satellites are like lying to you. The guy's like got proof, pictures in his hand. Like this is why a satellite doesn't depict that the world is round because it can't. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's a real people, man. People have a right to every opinion they want.
I agree. And there's a show on TV, actually 2 shows. One where they're looking for ghost, and the other one where they're looking for Bigfoot. And they've been on for like 10 years, and they have yet to find either one of them. So, but they're out there, dude. The truth is out there. You just gotta.
Hey, I like Ancient Aliens, dude. I do.
I love the guy that they always pick from that.
The one with the big hair,
the crazy messed up hair, who looks like so insane. You're like, I'm not gonna believe a word this guy is saying.
One that was all for that.
He looks like an alien. Like I believe that there's aliens out there because he's there. He's proof.
Hey, I'm kind of on board with some of the Ancient Alien stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I love the videos though because the Discovery Channel I grew up watching. I love like information shows that used to teach you, what they understood at the moment. Everything changes, but they did a South Park episode which just made me crack up laughing because I remember watching it and thinking the exact same thing. For South Park, they did a Thanksgiving episode where they talked about how the Pilgrims met the Indians, blah blah blah, and then the next episode right after that was the exact same footage of them talking about ancient astronaut theories about aliens coming in there. I don't remember. I got the last one. I think it's
Flip.
Okay. All right, we're gonna leave out of here like
loaded, man.
Was there another gem over
here? Champion. I don't know.
It's I can't if it is.
No.
I thought we were stopping the buff too. He's like gone. The dude's like out. Gandhi.
Oh, he said he was gonna buff it.
He already buffed.
Yeah, he already did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm slow.
He gave us HP and Meltron's marked.
I just haven't given you guys the AC one. That's a little expensive, so I'm holding off.
Here's a shaman. Oh, that's why it's sitting there staring at us and not doing anything.
But yeah, they use the exact same footage from the one where they like talk about how it was built by people to the one where they talk about how it was built by aliens. It's a little disconcerting, but I don't know. People like them. My brother likes them. He watches that stuff all the time. He loves the guy you guys are talking about.
The only thing I can say is, like, some of the stuff, you got to remember, back then there was nothing for people to do except stare at the stars and work. You know what I mean? Like, what else did they do for fun back then, dude?
I could think of at least one thing that would keep the population going.
Yeah.
And they probably did it for fun.
But I mean, why, what's it called? The Nasdaq lines or whatever, where they made the animals in the hill. Yeah, it's a good argument that the aliens made it, but it's also not a bad argument that that's how they entertain themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
There was a story about a guy building a rock pile in his front yard, and when they asked him why he did it, he's just like, I was bored. Did I just lose my Twitch? What's going on? Yeah, so I mean, I think people do that kind of stuff and don't really have a legit reason. Like they don't understand it themselves, but people found it interesting. People were actually going to his place and adding stones into it to help him.
And can you imagine? I mean, nowadays if we get into a clear night away from town and we look up at the sky, how
It's
cool
beautiful.
it looks and how it can. Yeah, can you imagine back then when there was no pollution and there was no other light kind of in the world, so to speak, other than a torch,
Mhm.
and how the night would look? You know what I mean? It's no wonder people were
Fascinated with it, yeah.
worshiping it. You know what I mean? Or setting their life to it as a calendar or whatever.
Well, yeah,
Okay, that was
I think,
And the world's flat. And the world's
flat too, yeah. But I also think that we take clocks for granted. A lot of back in the day was dependent on knowing when the next season was going to come, especially winter, and being ready for it. Otherwise, you wouldn't survive. And what they talk about with a lot of those NASDAQ lines and some of these things that they do is to keep track of the seasons. So
That could be a true thing, yeah. Like maybe where the sun is setting, you know what I mean, at a certain point of the day or something like that. Who knows?
maybe. I have no idea. I just find them interesting. I like watching them. Except for the ancient astronaut guys.
I don't understand how the world would be considered flat.
You're right.
I mean,
You want to get into it? You want to debate why the world's flat?
It is flat. It's gotta be flat.
Go upon setting.
Yeah, because if it was round, dude,
It's got not to be flat.
somebody would have dug through the planet and come
yeah.
out the other side by now. You know, like it has to be flat,
Oh yeah.
right? Like my
Yeah,
argument,
if
it makes a
you
lot of
were
sense.
to get, if you were to go straight to the core. So if the world is flat, do we not have a core?
No, there's no
That
cores,
keeps
dude.
us warm.
No, there's no
flat,
cores. It's flat.
Okay.
There's just layers.
Okay.
When you get down to the fourth
It's
layer,
magic.
it's actually made out of cheese.
Oh, I thought it was made out of diamonds or crystals.
Ah, you're pretty fancy, man. You got diamonds on yours, and like mine is cheese, just the good stuff.
That's the moon, dude. The moon is made out of
Oh,
cheese.
Nah,
what-
see that's the problem. The moon wasn't made out of cheese, and that's why we never went back.
And there's transformers on the other side of it.
That's true too. You know, the dark side of the moon is very, very dangerous with those guys.
Yep.
So crazy. Please mez the pet if it breaks.
Sorry.
I'll mess it
From
with
the
my
lazy-
daggers.
The lazy lion.
I just yeah, that I got it, man. Sorry. Oh,
I got
I couldn't read. Oh, what are you doing?
I messed
He
it with
said-
my daggers.
Don't mess.
See?
Don't kill it.
Mez
You
it
want
with your
back?
dagger.
Yeah, I messed it with my daggers.
Oh my! You got the world.
I got it
world
off
dagger.
of him, didn't I? Got him off of it.
Oh my gosh, dude! Freaking cracks.
Well, he does believe the world is round, so you know, come on, you gotta give him a little bit of break.
Me and 80% of the population, apparently.
I was trying to mez Demi. It didn't work. That's weird.
I mean, you're just not that charming.
I guess.
Oh!
I got my hat
Well,
back. I got my hat back. What's up with that?
Let's see, Van Ther. Hey, man, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? He actually didn't say anything. He just kind of sneaked into the room, and I completely blew him up. He's being sneaky.
Hey?
Van Ther?
Um,
Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.